people in foul trouble with how physical she is.
Sun turn it over for a fifth time. Nice pick by Hull. Hartley slow to get back on the other end. Boston is fed, wrapped up by Nelson Adona. Oh, and Cunningham is down. My goodness.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a WNBA fan, you've probably been glued to the drama that's been unfolding over the past couple of weeks. Today, we're diving deep into the controversy surrounding Sophie Cunningham's season-ending injury and the fallout involving Bria Hartley. The headlines are screaming justice for Sophie Cunningham and instant karma for Hartley, but there's a lot more to this story than what's trending on social media. So, grab your snacks, settle in, and let's break down what happened, what people are saying, and what it all means for the WNBA. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates. Let's start with the incident that sparked this firestorm. It was August 17th, 2025, during a heated matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun. The Fever were already battling through an injury-plagued season with stars like Caitlin Clark sidelined for weeks. Sophie Cunningham, the fan-favorite guard who's been a spark plug for Indiana, was out there hustling as always. Early in the second quarter, Cunningham slid over to provide help defense under the basket. Connecticut's Bria Hartley was driving hard to the rim, looking to make a play. Hartley went up, passed the ball to the corner, and then, bam, crashed into Cunningham's right leg as she came down. Sophie immediately collapsed, grabbing her knee in agony. The arena went quiet as she writhed on the floor, clearly in serious pain. Team staff rushed to her side, and she was helped off the court with a towel over her head, unable to put weight on her leg. The Fever went on to pull off a historic comeback, winning 99-93 in overtime, thanks to a monster 38-point performance from Kelsey Mitchell. But the victory was bittersweet. On August 19th, the Fever announced devastating news. Sophie Cunningham had torn her MCL and would miss the rest of the 2025 WNBA season. For a team already reeling from injuries to Clark, Ari McDonald, and Sydney Colson, this was a gut punch.
Rim and out. Cunningham picks up the board. Here she comes. Sophie steps into the three.
Cunningham had been a key piece for Indiana, averaging 8.6 points per game and shooting a career-best 46.9% from the field and 43.2% from three. Her energy, toughness, and leadership were invaluable, especially with Clark out. Losing her for the season crushed Fever fans' hopes for a deep playoff run. Now here's where things get messy. The moment Cunningham went down, fans and analysts started pointing fingers. A viral photo from the game, taken by David Butler II, showed Hartley seemingly smiling as Cunningham clutched her knee in pain. Social media exploded. Fans called it a dirty play, accusing Hartley of intentionally diving at Cunningham's legs. Some even claimed it was retaliation for an earlier incident between the Fever and Sun, where Cunningham had been involved in a scuffle with another Connecticut player. Cunningham's family didn't hold back either. Her sister Lindsay took to X, blasting the WNBA's officiating and demanding better protection for players. She wrote, "WNBA, maybe you should focus less on fining players for commenting on your poor officiating and more about hiring officials that are able to call a consistent game and protect your athletes." Pathetic. Cunningham's mom, Paula, went even further in a now-deleted post, calling Hartley a disgruntled player who's plain mean and plays out of control. The outrage wasn't just coming from Cunningham's family. Fans on X and Reddit were relentless, labeling Hartley a dirty player with a history of reckless plays. They pointed to Hartley's season, which included 3 flagrant fouls and 2 ejections, as evidence of her dangerous style. One Reddit user wrote, "Hartley has played some reckless basketball this season. She's always at the scene of the crime." Another claimed, "She throws her left foot behind her unnaturally and dives at Sophie's knee while looking right at her legs." Watch the video. The narrative of instant karma started gaining traction when rumors swirled that Hartley was facing a suspension for the play. Some YouTube channels even claimed Hartley had quit the WNBA after the incident, though there's no official confirmation of that. But here's the twist. Sophie Cunningham herself shut down the hate. On August 19th, she appeared on her podcast, Show Me Something, with co-host Wes Wilson and set the record straight. "I know Bria, and I'm actually really good friends with Bria," she said. "There was no ill intent. I think it was a basketball play. I was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. She fell. There's no way she would go in there and intentionally try to hurt me. I have nothing but love for Bria." She even addressed the viral photo of Hartley's smile, saying it wasn't a smirk but a grimace, like an ooh reaction to the collision. Cunningham went as far as telling her mom to delete her inflammatory tweet, saying, "No, Mom, I get it, but I promise you Bria and I are super cool, and she would never try to hurt me." There are some girls that I think might, but she wouldn't do that. Cunningham's response was a class act. She could have fueled the drama, but instead she chose to defend Hartley and defuse the situation. She confirmed her MCL tear and said she'd need surgery, but she remained upbeat, calling it the best possible case for a knee injury. "I'm in good spirits," she said. "I'm thankful to be where I'm at with this organization. I'll be on a boat ASAP in the offseason." Her positivity and professionalism stood out, especially in contrast to the social media firestorm. She also acknowledged the Fever's tough season, noting the team's been hit hard by injuries, with Clark, McDonald, and Colson all sidelined. "You can't make this up," she said, reflecting on the adversity. So, what's the deal with the instant karma narrative? The idea that Hartley faced a suspension or quit the WNBA seems to stem from clickbait YouTube titles and unverified posts on X. There's no credible evidence from sources like ESPN, CBS Sports, or the WNBA's official channels confirming Hartley was suspended or left the league. In fact, Hartley's history of flagrant fouls, while notable, wasn't out of the ordinary for a physical player, and she hadn't had any in her first 11 years in the league. The quitting rumor likely came from exaggerated fan reactions and misleading headlines, not reality. As for Hartley being out for the season, that's also unconfirmed. The focus has been entirely on Cunningham's injury, with no reports indicating Hartley suffered any consequences beyond the backlash. Let's talk about Hartley for a second. She's a veteran guard with a solid career, drafted 7th overall in 2014. She's played for multiple teams, including the Sun, and has a reputation for playing hard-nosed basketball. Yes, she's been in some scuffles this season, like pulling Angel Reese's hair and getting into it with Beck Allen, but Cunningham herself said Hartley's not the type to intentionally injure someone. The Reddit thread debating the incident had mixed takes. Some fans argued Hartley's reckless style, intentional or not, puts players at risk. Others agreed with Cunningham, calling it incidental contact. "I've watched almost every Sun game this season, and this one really was just incidental," one user wrote. The truth probably lies in the middle. Hartley plays aggressively, and this time it led to an unfortunate outcome. The bigger issue here is player safety in the WNBA. Cunningham's family wasn't wrong to call out the league's officiating. Sophie herself has been fined multiple times this season for criticizing refs, and she's been vocal about inconsistent calls. On her podcast, she recently vented about the officiating in a game against Paige Buchers and the Dallas Wings, saying, "Those refs were giving her every freaking whistle. You literally couldn't touch her." Her sister's tweet echoed that sentiment, urging the WNBA to prioritize protecting athletes over punishing them for speaking out. The league's had a rough year with injuries, Clark's groin issues, Colson's ACL tear, McDonald's broken foot, and fans are frustrated that physical play sometimes goes unchecked. Cunningham's injury also highlights the Fever's brutal luck. They had high hopes for 2025, especially after trading for Cunningham from the Phoenix Mercury. She'd found her groove post-All-Star break, posting 12.2 points per game on elite shooting splits. Her chemistry with Clark and her fiery personality made her a fan favorite, with 1.6 million TikTok followers and 1.2 million on Instagram. Losing her, alongside other key players, leaves the Fever limping into the playoffs. They're 19-16, clinging to 7th place, but their championship dreams are fading fast. Coach Stephanie White now faces the challenge of rallying a depleted roster, with Kelsey Mitchell carrying a heavy load. What's next for Cunningham? She's scheduled for surgery and expects a 4-month recovery, which should have her back for the 2026 season. Her positivity is infectious. She's already talking about her off-season plans and cheering on her teammates. As for Hartley, the backlash might die down now that Cunningham has defended her, but the dirty player label could stick unless she cleans up her game. The WNBA needs to take a hard look at how it handles physicality and player safety to prevent incidents like this from dominating the narrative. So, was this justice for Sophie Cunningham? Not really. Her injury was a freak accident, not a malicious act, and she's made it clear she doesn't want Hartley vilified. The instant karma headlines are more about clicks than truth. What we should be talking about is how the WNBA can better protect its stars and how the Fever can bounce back from this setback. Let's give Sophie the support she deserves as she recovers and keep the conversation focused on the game, not the drama. What do you think? Was Hartley's play reckless or just bad luck? Should the WNBA crack down on physicality? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the discussion going. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give us a thumbs up, share this video, and subscribe for more WNBA coverage. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.